Once upon a time, in the distant past, there lived a king named Abraha, who ruled over the land of Yemen. Now, this king was not an ordinary man. He was proud and arrogant, always seeking to be the most powerful and respected ruler in all the world. To fulfill his ambitions, he built a magnificent church in his city, which he called Al-Qulays. It was a grand structure, adorned with gold, silver, and precious stones, glittering under the sun like a crown of jewels. Abraha hoped that people would come from far and wide to worship at his church, instead of traveling to the Kaaba in Makkah. But let me tell you about the Kaaba. It was no ordinary building. This sacred house was built by the great prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, and his son Ismail, peace be upon him, as a place dedicated solely to the worship of Allah. It was the first house ever established for the worship of the one true God, and it stood as a beacon of faith and unity for all humanity. People from every corner of Arabia and beyond came to visit the Kaaba, performing pilgrimage and offering their prayers. They loved it dearly and held it in the highest regard. Now, Abraha saw the Kaaba's popularity and became envious. He thought, "Why should people travel to Makkah when they could come to my church? I will destroy the Kaaba and make Al-Qulays the center of worship." So, he gathered a massive army, equipped with weapons and armor, ready to march toward Makkah. And to ensure victory, he brought along a mighty elephant, a creature so strong and fierce that none dared challenge it. Abraha believed nothing could stand in his way. When news of Abraha's plans reached the people of Makkah, fear gripped their hearts. They knew they did not have the strength or weapons to fight such a formidable force. What could they do against an army led by a giant elephant? In desperation, they decided to leave the city and seek safety in the surrounding mountains. But before departing, they turned to Allah in prayer, entrusting the Kaaba into His care. "O Allah," they pleaded, "protect your house and save us from the enemy." And Allah heard their cries. He saw their trust and answered their prayers. That very night, a miraculous event unfolded. A flock of small birds, known as ababil, appeared in the sky above Abraha's army. Each bird carried 3 tiny stones, 1 in its beak and 2 in its claws. As the birds flew over the soldiers and the elephant, they dropped the stones with precision. Though small, these stones struck with incredible force, piercing through the bodies of the men and beasts alike. The once mighty army fell into chaos. Soldiers cried out in pain, elephants stumbled and collapsed, and even the proud elephant of Abraha lay defeated. Those who survived fled in terror, humiliated and ashamed. Thus, Allah protected the Kaaba and saved the people of Makkah from destruction. Through His power and mercy, He showed the world that no one can harm what belongs to Him.